stuff to load, and I can't get that to happen, apparently.
Well,
apparently that's too difficult.
Sometimes it's just difficult. So,
actually pulling up stats right now.
Stats.
What we're about to do.
So this is our big anniversary edition. Welcome to Dad Company Podcast, episode 50. Fireworks. So I'm going to jump into a couple of announcements. First of all, tonight's episode is sponsored. It's sponsored by completely unrelated 740 Podcast and other streaming entities. So go over there and check those guys out. They're pretty cool, I hear. And I would like to make a big announcement that Dad and Company is going to be moving formats. So where as of lately, or not lately, but as of up to this point, it has been just random topics here and there. From now on, we will have your normal shenanigans, but they will be wrapped around top 10 lists. So now Dad and Company Pod will officially be a top 10 podcast. So if stick around and tell your in-laws and your outlaws, I guess, that if they like
that movie, it was a good movie.
Outlaws?
Yeah.
Don't know if I've ever heard of it.
It's a Happy Madison movie.
Huh. Never heard of it.
So it just dropped maybe a month ago.
Oh, well, that's
on Netflix. Why. Highly recommend if you're a fan of Happy Gilmore, that style movies where it's just stupid comedy. Yes, on point.
Huh. Okay. We'll check it out. Anyway, in this big 50th episode spectacular, we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary. We had a bit of a fiasco with the accounting department last week, but we got that all straightened out. So,
you should get an accountant for that.
Yeah, I should, but I'd have to pay him, and I can't do that yet. So,
good point.
We are now recording this episode instead that we'll release. But as everybody can hear, my esteemed guest this week, as it was week 1, so 50 episodes ago, when all this started in your driveway with me getting metal shavings in my eye and slicing my hand open.
Yes, 100% that it was, and it's been a hell of a year since then, so...
And here's to another year.
Yes, 100%. We can just keep it on going, and might as well just, instead of just having me esteemed guest, you might as well just make me a part of the group at this point.
Dad and Company group.
There we go.
So this week, we are going to be doing our top 10 fairly recently, within the last 5-ish years, of retired NFL folk who we think will make the Hall of Fame. So criteria
there, we think.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you're going to have someone dumb on your list that shouldn't belong, and I know all of mine are rock solid for sure.
Oh yeah, is that how it is? 100%, no doubt about it, rock solid.
Oh yeah, there's definitely not one on here that goes against everything I've ever said about getting into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, so you put Eli Manning on your list?
Absolutely not. That's not even a question. That's not even a question. Eli Manning will never be in the Hall of Fame in my eyes.
Yes, he will.
He shouldn't be.
Yes, he will. He freaking beat the 2 best teams ever.
No, he didn't beat the 96 Bulls and the 2017 Golden State Warriors.
Okay. Right. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever makes you happiest.
Do I think Eli will get into the Hall of Fame? Yes, but only because his last name is Manning. That's it.
No, it's because he has 2 Super Bowls, and he won those Super Bowls.
I mean, technically, by the scoreboard, he won those Super Bowls.
There you go. So you're out.
No. He got carried. Carried.
Okay.
Carried.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Okay.
The most dog shit regular season ever, and you got carried in the playoffs by your defense twice.
Yeah, so did his brother. So why should he get in?
Not twice, once. His brother, look, we've talked about this. Peyton Manning is the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl in a single season.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
That one season with Denver. Yeah, we did look up the stats.
Yeah, fucking garbage. He was terrible. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing. Top 10 lists moving forward. Get on Twitter. Engage with me. Tell me what kind of top 10 lists that you want to hear. And we can make that happen. If you want to be a guest, at me, bro. Let's get this around. Let's get some guests on here. Watch Mojo, shout out to you. Let's do a collab. I get lost in some Watch Mojo. Anyway, I just shouted out my competition. LOL, competition. Get it?
No.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to go as normal, 10 to 1, because we're not animals around here. And I let the esteemed co-host go first. And after the co-host, I will go.
All right, so my number 10, and it's crazy to me to have this gentleman at number 10. And it's just because of pure hatred towards him.
I know who you're going to say.
Years.
I know who you're going to say.
And it's Ben Roethlisberger.
Yep, Big Ben. I mean, it's undeniable. Yeah. It's undeniable what he did. I don't know why I hit that.
I don't know what you hit because I can't hear it when you call me in. So
really, interesting.
Just some stats to lay out. Just not talking Pro Bowls or anything. Okay, so career passes. He has 6 in history. Career pass attempts, 6th in NFL history. Passing yards, 5th in passing yards. Passing touchdowns, 8th. Let's see. Here's a couple more big ones.
Compiler.
Just like it's crazy. He led the NFL in 2005 for passing touchdown percentage. Career, he's only he's 2.5% pass intercept percentage. So he's only 39th. So very low on that.
Are you in a wind tunnel? It sounds like you're in a wind tunnel.
It might be my headphones. Hold on, let me disconnect from those. How about now?
Oh my gosh, oh my God, you're so much louder now. Let me turn you down a little bit.
Okay, all right, my bad. So I didn't know if the headphones would be a good idea or not. So
now we know.
I just threw them on there.
Welcome to on-air production, everybody. The only way we do it around here at Dad and Company.
And the craziest stat for Ben Roethlisberger that I thought was amazing. For quarterbacks in 2014, he was 5th on this list in 2014 for punts blocked.
What?
Yes.
So is that among quarterbacks or among everybody?
I started wrong. So it's among everyone.
What the fuck?
And he was 5th.
Wait,
he had 1. It was 1.
He blocked a punt?
No, he got a punt blocked.
Oh. I was so confused. I thought you were saying he blocked a punt. I was like, I don't even understand. Like, there is no scenario where the special team coach comes in. He's like, all right, Ben, I know you're fucking tall. Get in there and hold your hands up.
So hilarious.
Wow.
He got a punt blocked.
If you would have asked me what quarterback in NFL history has blocked a punt or has had a punt blocked, I would never have gotten to Ben Roethlisberger. I would have said Tom Brady because I know that Tom Brady did like those drop kick things.
Yes, 100% hilarious. I thought it was amazing that I found that, and I was like, I'm going to throw that in there.
That is crazy, bro. You know what? Sometimes you just got to get your punt blocked. Run around like a skyscraper.
So what's your number 10 then, man?
My number 10, Calais Campbell. 15 seasons in the NFL, only 5 Pro Bowls, but he's got 584 sacks, 225 assists, or 584 sacks. Jesus. Okay, not 584 sacks. 584 solo tackles, 225 assisted tackles, 99 sacks. Oh, 99 sacks. Ooh, that number's painful. Just couldn't give him credit for one more. They couldn't scour his tapes and give him one more. But 3 interceptions and 12 fumble recovers. 3 interceptions is not bad. He was just a madman in the pass rush. So, I mean.
To me, for me at least, I don't think of defensive ends as someone who's going to get a lot of interceptions.
No, definitely not in today's game.
So him having 3, which is crazy to me, amazing stat for a defensive lineman. For him to be able to be in that stat, and I would think of more of the defensive ends to be the type that will just cause the interceptions. They'll bat a ball. They'll get to the quarterback to make him throw mistakes. Like that's what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of a defensive end.
Yep. Defensive ends. So they used to play more drop back coverage. And you'll see that every once in a while, but definitely in like a 3-4-4-3, they're rushing. Like it's all edge rushers. Defensive ends are all edge rushers now. They're your freak athletes on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
All right, what's your number 9?
All right, so my number 9 is controversial.
Oh God.
And I want to see what you think of this. Another quarterback left in his prime. I truly believe it.
Quarterback left in his prime.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Oh. Yeah.
I think he did just enough not to be a first ballot. I definitely don't think that. I definitely think he made it. I think it'll take like 3 or 4 seasons for him to really make it in there. But I think he did just enough.
You think so?
In his 6 seasons.
6 seasons.
And to make Hall of Fame, you have to be in the league for 5 or more seasons.
Right.
So in those 6 seasons, he is 72nd on the passing touchdowns, which that's 171 in 6 seasons. Pretty good. This is where it's super high. He has 174 sacks in 6 seasons, which is horrible. And I know that doesn't help me wanting him in there, but he has over 8 awards in his season. He had in his career. AP Comeback Player of the Year in 2018. He was, every year that he was in the NFL, he was in the NFL top 100. 2018, he also, I don't know, a PFWA Comeback Player of the Year, so whatever that reference is. Like I said, 4 out of 6 of his years he was in the Pro Bowl.
Pro Football Writers Association.
Thank you.
Yep.
Passing touchdown percent, he is 37th in the NFL. Sorry, in the NFL. Passing completed per game, he is 7th. Passing yards, he has 33,000 yards in his 6 seasons, which is in the top 80 of the NFL.
I don't know, man. 6 seasons, though.
I get that. And I think that's why I don't think he will be a first ballot. I do believe he will make it in there just because I think he just squeaked just enough to be able to make it as like his third, fourth, maybe even fifth, which I think if it gets to the fifth is your final one. I think you only get 5 chances.
I don't think so. I think that you get a lot more than that as long as you stay above 75%. But I don't know. I can't put Andrew Luck in, man. I understand his. First of all, when you win AP Comeback Player of the Year, that means the year before that you were terrible, or you were hurt
or injured.
Right, which means he really only played for 5 years. So I understand that your average numbers are great, but I gotta see longevity. You can't get on my list without longevity.
And I get with you, but if we take out the outliers, like you and I have talked about in the past, you take out the outliers like the Drew Breeses, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers, those ones that last extremely long. I'm pretty sure the average life of a quarterback in the NFL is not that long. I think it's like 4 or 5 seasons, just because they get hit a lot.
Yeah, then you don't go to then you don't get in the Hall of Fame. Like, you got to be the Hall of Fame is reserved for and that sucks for the people who have freak injuries, but man, that's part of the game. You know what I mean? You got to be an Iron Man.
Yeah, and I that's why I said I think it's a controversial one that I'm saying.
For sure. No, I'm not denying how good of a player Andrew Luck was, but I cannot, in good conscience, put him in the Hall of Fame because of the longevity of his career. Like, it was, I can't do it. Now, I respect the man for his decision. Like that.
The average life of an NFL quarterback is 4 seasons.
Yeah, but you're talking about all of the bust. Like, what's the average lifespan of an elite NFL quarterback? You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not saying Andrew Luck is an elite NFL quarterback, though.
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I am saying
you're saying he's more than elite.
I think he isn't elite, but I think he did enough to make it in there.
You can't not be elite. Or you can't not be elite and get into the Hall of Fame. Like, those are two contradicting, Englishing differing terms.
All right, what's your number 9?
So I'm staying on the defensive side of the ball. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to switch two of them here on the fly. I'm going to go with Frank Gore.
He almost made my list.
One of 3 running backs in NFL history to hit 16,000 yards. When you're on a list with Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton, and that's the end of your list, that's a hell of a career. Just running 3 yards at a time all the way to Canton.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yes, exactly. And I'm saying he was so close to making my list.
So close.
And the people on my list, you'll understand as we go through it. Like, I could have switched maybe 1, maybe 2 of them. Like, maybe Andrew Luck I could have switched for Frank Gore, but I 100%.
Couldn't. So if you needed 2 yards, Frank Gore would get you 3 yards. If you needed 4 yards, Frank Gore would get you 3 yards. Like
100%.
That motherfucker's getting you 3 yards, period. Like, he's a grinder.
Like, I think there's, if I, off the top of my head, like, if I'm thinking like 2 running backs that I would say, hey, like, if I needed these yards, I knew they could do it for me. Frank Gore and Jamal
Lewis.
Jamal, was it Williams?
Jamal.
And okay, so there's 3. Jamal Williams, who now plays for Nolans.
Yeah.
And Jamal.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's Jamal Lewis, right? Baltimore?
No, like I guess yeah, he could be on the list, but KC running back Jamal.
Are you talking about Charles?
Jamal Charles, yes.
Yeah, he was a grinder too. Frank Gore, just the epitome of a workhorse. You know what I mean? When I think of him, I think like Jerome Bettis. Just like give him the ball straight up. Like they're gonna work for the yards that they get. They're gonna work hard.
That's a good point. I didn't even think. Yeah, that's a good one too.
I understand that they are not the same body type, but I put those two in the same category of just a hard nosed blue collar running back. You know what I mean? Just get them yards.
100%. I can agree with that.
All right, what are we on? 10, 9, 8? You're number 8. What's your number 8?
My number 8. I'm going defensive now.
Woo!
Julius Peppers.
Julius Peppers. Okay, I'm going to get mine. I'm not even kidding you. Hold on.
All his career.
I'm not even kidding. I'm going to get mine out of the way. Mine also is Julius Peppers. I'm not even kidding.
Your next one?
Yes, my number 8.
That's amazing.
I switched him because remember I said I was going defensive again, but I switched him.
Yeah, so, all right.
So funny.
Just some crazy stats for Julius Peppers. So, in his career, this man he is 81st in non-offensive touchdowns as a defensive end. And he's tied for 81st.
He's an animal.
Games started as a defensive end where you are a workhorse. You are 19th on that list? Okay, give me that. You have 9 Pro Bowls. You have AP Defensive Player of the Year. You have 3 top 10 NFL top 100s on your resume. You are second team All Team 2000s, first team reference All 2000s, Hall of Fame team All 2010s.
Yeah, dude.
That's in the later part of your career in 2010.
He is a beast.
You have that?
17 seasons in the NFL.
He is second in NFL history in forced fumbles, third in tackles for loss.
Dude.
In career sacks. Like this dude is a defensive end Hall of Famer.
And
like he is a first ballot defensive end Hall of Famer.
One of the most feared pass rushers in the past 20 years. And that's saying something. Like he's going to be in your conversation. You're going to say like Troy Polamalu, you're going to say James Harrison, Myles Garrett, like
Julius Peppers,
he's gonna be up there.
The Watt brothers, like both of them.
Yeah, he's gonna be in your conversation. Like he's gonna be, in my opinion, he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
100% agree with that, and yes, I think that it's a no doubt about it. Like put him in there now, you might as well, because I think if I am correct, 2019 Next year will be the first year that he can be considered for the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Huh. And he'll get in, hopefully. It depends. We're coming up, like, we've been having some really, really strong classes in getting into the Hall of Fame. So I would say he's more than likely going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but we'll see who he's up against on the ballot.
Yeah, so I can agree.
Since we did all that, I guess we can go. Also, I'd like to point out people don't enjoy it when we agree on things. So from now on, if you say one, I'm just switching mine.
So we had to throw one in there we could agree upon, and stop from there.
That was a samesies too. That was crazy. I can't believe we had the same one.
It would have been if you didn't switch yours. That was pristine right there too.
I know that was nuts. So what are we on? 10, 9, 8, 7.
All right, my number 7 is staying on the defensive side. It is Luke Kuechly. You and I have talked about this. And he was, once again, this is defensive side. Average defensive player only typically gets three, maybe 4 years. He was elite in the league for 8 consecutive years.
The epitome.
Only retired due to the fact he had concussion issues.
Yeah. On the defensive side, the epitome of a field general. Knew the plays. Smart, like intuitive. Knew the offensive plays before the offense could call it in the huddle. Like, knew what they were going to do. Calling plays out. Telling the offense what they're going to be doing. Telling guys on the offense they were in the wrong spot when they were in the wrong spot. Do you know how good you have to be in a top competitive sport to be like, bro, no, you ran your route wrong. You were supposed to go over here. That's why your shit didn't get to you, bro. Yes, yeah. I love Luke Kuechly. He is a great pick. I fully agree with you that he is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Just throw some stats with this. All right. So in his career, he is top 20 NFL top 100 6 of the 8 times he was on this list. In his career, there's only been 2 instances where he missed more than 10% of the defensive snaps.
Wow.
One was his rookie year, which he was just figuring out the league, and the other was the season where he had some difficulties with some concussion.
You mean the year he went to the wrong sideline?
Yes. 2015 was the year he did that. Then he got okay for the next 3 years, and then it started to happen again in 2019 when he officially retired in 2020. So only those 2 years, which you would expect that with a rookie, like trying to figure out like all the plays and everything. So he's not going to be on the field so much. And then concussion issues. Okay, I understand it there. All right. So those 2 things. He was Defensive Player of the Year, his second year in the league. Second year.
Wow, that's a young buck getting a big award.
8 years in the league, 7 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pro first teams.
He's amazing. That's all I can say. He's just really, really good.
Yep.
10,
I think what I've said at this point is just enough to say, like, I will say this again. I don't think he'll be a first ballot. I think he will be a second ballot. Just because once you and I going back on that longevity thing, I don't think he was in the league enough to really constitute that he deserves a first ballot. I do think he deserves a second ballot Hall of Fame.
Speaking of longevity, my number 7. Drew Brees. he's just your quintessential compiler. I think he just stayed in the league long enough to just get all of these accolades just long enough to get, well, not just long enough, but he is one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, the most accurate quarterback in NFL history. Plus, he broke that short man barrier. You know what I mean? He's a short king. So
yeah. I want to say this as we're talking about like historic legend style quarterbacks. I didn't put Tom Brady on my list. I don't know if you did. It's fine if you did.
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
I think that's a give me, and I think it's a no doubt about it. Tom Brady's in the Hall of Fame. Not even going to question it.
I don't think it's a give me for this list. Anyway, back to Drew Brees. He obviously, like, the whole Katrina narrative brought a championship down to the Bayou. Brought a championship down to the Bayou, as Coach O would say. Go Tigers. But it's undeniable, right? Drew Brees will be a first ballot Hall of, like, if there was anything under first ballot, like, he would get in before that. He's a shoo-in. We're agreed, right? Like he'll
100%.
be okay. So before you do your next one, I'm going to do my next one. I also would like to preface this by saying I don't know what you're talking about on the one previous to the one I just gave. I don't think it matters how long the guy's been in the league if he's had an impact. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Luke Kuechly, I think that it's great. It doesn't matter that he didn't play a lot of seasons. What are you laughing about? I just think that his impact in the game was so good. You know what I mean? Field general, if you will. I've heard many people call him that. And I could ramble off a bunch of stats about Luke Kuechly, but we don't need to get into that. We just need to know that he's just a great player. Again, I don't know who keeps harping on longevity of careers. You have to be in for so many years, blah, blah, blah. But he was a great player. Anyway, what was your next one?
All right, so my next one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He is second in NFL history with career passing completions, passing attempts, passing yards, passing touchdowns. This man was just a stat man. He was in the league for 20 years. He led one team to their only Super Bowl ever, and that man is Drew Brees.
That's a great pick. Just a great pick.
Right there. Like I think that man just deserves to be in this spot. Just because like 100%. I think only a few men on my list really can say that they are really high. In 20 years he was in the league. He had 13 Pro Bowls. Oh my, like I don't need to. I've said enough stats at this point. I think 100% amazing.
Some people would call him a compiler.
Ayo. All right.
What are we at, 5?
So since you did that, now we're at 5.
And you can go.
So my number 5 is touted as one of the best tight ends ever.
Oh yeah, not one of.
Play the game.
He
went
best.
to an amazing university up here in this nice establishment near Cleveland, Ohio. They Kent State Golden Flashes. Let's go, Antonio Gates. This man.
When the fuck did Antonio Gates retire?
Antonio, I don't know the year that he retired. I know. I wrote down 2020 was the year it was official.
Oh my God, you're playing a game there. Okay, all right. I will give you Antonio Gates is an amazing tight end. I would have put him on my list.
Is he not?
No, hold on. I'm pretty sure he retired in like 2003. I haven't fucking heard Antonio Gates.
In 03.
That's what I'm saying.
About?
He didn't. I don't think he's played in the past 5 years.
This man is known as a workhorse when it comes to a tight end position. There's so much to a tight end position. Yes, we see the nice tight end positions we have right now. Like we see the Rob Gronkowskis, we see the Travis Kelce's. Like they're catching touchdowns, they're big, they're bad, like, ooh, cool. But this man was known for not only getting yards, getting touchdowns, but also his blocking, which helped the San Diego Chargers.
LT.
Back when they were in San Diego, helped lead them to consecutive years in the playoffs. Yes, I will. I get their quarterback couldn't lead them past that, but I understand when
unnecessary
when you
stray.
have a man like that you can rely upon to get you touchdowns, get you blocks, so your running backs can go crazy. Like that's what you want in a tight end.
Yeah,
His stats, I'll admit, his stats aren't amazing. His stats aren't 100% amazing. Receiving touchdowns career, he is 7th in the NFL.
What do you mean that's not amazing?
Receptions, he's 17th. Receiving yards, he's 30th. Like
that's pretty good.
Not like amazing tight end level statistics. But if you go and watch his pass block, his run blocking, it's elite. in and itself. Like,
well, I'm pretty sure he was part of their pass blocking package also for. I mean, they had, dude, between him, who was the Vincent? Andrew Vincent? Who was, I don't know. They had a couple of nice wide receivers. And then LaDainian Tomlinson, Phillip Rivers, was it Nick Novak, their kicker? Like, that team.
Oh, yeah, it was.
How they didn't win a champion. Oh, wait, that's right. Because he played at the same time as Tom Brady.
Exactly. It sucks that they had to, and I think they would have won more if they were in a different era without like one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But still, like that dude, like you need someone to catch what you're throwing at him. Yep, you can throw to Antonio Gates.
I agree. My next guy we've already mentioned. I also hated him for a very long time, but is Big Ben. Some of his off the field stuff is cause for concern, but his on the field contributions, like he's gonna get into the Hall of Fame, first ballot. Long career, champion, multiple time champion, and he has all the accolades to go with it. Also a bit of a compiler, but I also don't like the way he runs around like a skyscraper. Just stiff, upright, barely moves in the wind. And like if Ben Roethlisberger's running for 15 yards on you, you got a problem. But I don't need to get into his stats anymore. 1, 2, what are we at? 4?
Yeah, we are on number 4.
All right.
My
number
4 on my list as one of the best kickers of all time. This man was in the league. I didn't know an NFL without this kicker. Like I did not know an NFL without this kicker.
I know you're going to say.
In the league for 24 seasons.
My God.
Like Adam Vinatieri, give me a kicker. Give me one of 2 kickers of all time. You got Adam Vinatieri and old boy in freaking Baltimore. Like,
Justin Tucker.
Give me both one of those 2, and I'm happy. All my kicking, my whole special teams, I don't got to worry about.
I thought you were going to say Gus Anderson from the 1991 Detroit Lions. Was it Gus or was it Guy? Guy Anderson?
All right, so just going to tout off just a couple. Points scored. He is number 1 in the NFL history. Games played, number 2. Playoff games, number 2. Field goals made, number 1. Extra point attempts, number 2. Extra points made, number 2. Like, field goal attempts, number 1. Like, this man is the epitome of an NFL kicker. You're in the league for 24.
That's an NFL kicker right there.
Sebastian Janikowski can beat him.
Hey, if as long as they're not like smashing head on, I'm taking Adam Vinatieri. But if they're going for some like rugby shit, I'm taking Janikowski over Vinatieri. Beefcake.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Okay. My number 4, I'm going with Andrew Whitworth.
Oh, I wanted him on my list.
Yep. Just finally retired, finally won his ring with the Rams, and then retired. Just a longevity of a career. Just a pro's pro. You know what I mean?
He started his career with Cincy, right?
That is 100% true, yes. And then finally retired off into the sunset, did the John Elway. Not very many people get to do that. But there was not one person on this planet, not his ex-wife, not the people that he bullied in high school, that was an unnecessary stray. He probably didn't. He's a super nice guy. But not one person was rooting against Andrew Whitworth. And I really wanted to put him high on my list because he's a offensive guy, right? Offensive lineman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I would say he's probably like one of the most liked NFL like pros that you'll ever see.
Yep. Just come to work hard, and just don't be a dick. You know what I mean? Just don't be a dick. You don't have to be a dick.
Yeah. Just go to work your ass off, go home.
Work.
That's all you really got out of him, and that's an elite. That is a true elite lineman right there.
Number 3.
My number 3, and I don't know if you're gonna like that I have this man this high.
Oh my God.
He is second in the NFL in these 2 categories, and this is why I think puts him up there really high. In receptions and receiving yards. Receiving touchdowns, he is 6th. Yards per reception, he is 8th. Long receptions in the NFL, he had 80
come on.
of them in 2014.
No.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, okay. I'm fine.
Give me Larry Legend.
Oh, dude,
when I need a game, give me Larry Legend, please. Thank you.
He single-handedly did everything he could to win the Cardinals that Super Bowl. And it just was,
yes, he did.
It was just not meant to be. Like, he couldn't do it, man.
The NFL would not allow the Arizona Cardinals to win that. The NFL would not allow it. So this man, yeah, he didn't do much towards the end of the career. I get that 100%. He was in the NFL for,
400 decades.
14
I think he
years?
played with Otto Graham. He caught his first pass from Otto Graham.
I'm pretty sure it was 14 years he was in the league.
That sounds about right.
2004 to 2020, so that's 16 years. 16 years. Out of those 16 years, 11 Pro Bowls. And if he would have retired way before that, it would only be 11 of, I would say, he didn't do much in his last,
3 or 4
years of in his career. Okay. Then, awards-wise, this man is top 30 as a wide receiver for 11 years. He is NFL 100 all-time team, Walter Payton Man of the Year, Pro Football Hall of Fame team, all 2010s. This man, when you needed a catch and you needed it in crunch time, you threw it
anywhere in his vicinity. Just dude could just get a catch.
100%.
No, dude. I love Larry Fitzgerald. I
didn't know if you would like him as high as I had him.
Oh yeah, wait till you hear the rest of my list. Number 3, the greatest tight end to ever play the game, Rob Gronkowski.
Oh God,
he is hands down.
I get that. I get that he likes the pad stats and everything.
What do you mean pad stats? If you could train a polar bear to play a football game, that's exactly what they did. They were like, Gronk, run, catch ball. Gronk, catch ball, run. Gronk, do good. Gronk, touchdown! Gronk's amazing. Don't hate on Gronk. What do you mean pad stats? It's not his fault that everybody knew exactly. No, he did not. Everybody knew exactly what they were going to do, but they still couldn't stop it because Gronk is.
I'm sorry, I can't trust a man who retires 17 times in his career.
Hey, it was only 6, okay? And Gronk is amazing. He's so likable. You know what I mean? Just
Gronk is amazingly likable. That's why he's not on my list.
How the greatest tight end ever, not on your list? Okay. What's your
Tony Gonzalez?
Except Tony Gonzalez definitely didn't retire in the past. You're really pulling some Antonio Gates shit if you put Gonzalez on your fucking list. So I mean, now you're stretching it. I will give you a pass on Gates, but I swear to God, if you put Gonzalez on this list, I'm fucking getting up and leaving. You can fucking end this shit without me.
Bet, bring it. All right.
How are you going to stop the recording?
I'll just hang up and it'll just continue.
And this is what it's like
Just
in the
dead
day of a
silence.
life in the Bartlett household. You just hear me in the other room like, come on, I can't kill anybody on Overwatch. Oh, this controller sucks. Honey, where's my super suit?
There it is. I was waiting for it.
So
All right.
what's your number 2?
My number 2, I'm doing a switch right now at the very end. I'm switching my 2 and 1.
Who does that?
My number 2 is touted as one of the very, very, very best kick returners of all time.
Oh.
The best. 12th in NFL history for kick returns, for kick return yards. He is 9th for kick return touchdowns, non-offensive touchdowns. He's number 1. Number 1 in punt return. Man, like, he when you needed a special teamer to return something,
Who is
you
this?
would call Devin Hester's name. 100%.
See, again, this is an Antonio Gates situation. Is this in the past 5 years? He officially retired like some shit?
Devin Hester officially retired in 2018. He last played
Just made
in
the cut.
2017
Okay.
for Seattle.
Man, I got some feedback somewhere. Oh, found it.
All right. Yeah, you like.
Excuse
you would just,
the noises while
He came in to Chicago and just tore everything up.
Absolutely.
Everyone wanted to be Devin Hester.
Was he the one they called the human highlight reel, or was that Dante Hall? Oh, no, that was X Factor. X Factor was Dante Hall.
He was called Anytime, and then the Windy City Flyer.
That's crazy.
That's what he was called. Like, so 100%, you call Devin Hester, you're going to get most likely, if not a touchdown, very close to where you're off, because the Chicago Bears couldn't do shit on offense. So they just let Devin Hester do everything.
True. We're just going to let the team score a bunch, and hopefully Devin Hester can score or get us close enough to kick a field goal.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not mad at that. I didn't know that he had played as recently as 28. I say as recently. That was literally our cutoff 5 years ago. But okay. I'm gonna go with the guy in the NFL who has single-handedly tried to repopulate the earth. We've already mentioned his name. Doesn't matter how many Pro Bowls, doesn't matter how many yards. I'm pretty sure this motherfucker's got more kids than a fucking Sunday school. You know what I mean? I don't know. What does he have? Like 9 fucking kids?
Yeah, most likely.
Philip
Look up how many kids he has.
Rivers.
Goddamn Philly.
Philip Rivers.
Oh my God.
I think that was one of the rare trades in the NFL where both teams actually won. Was the Drew Brees to Nolans and then San Diego
Rivers,
getting Philip Rivers. So both
9 kids, by the way.
9 kids. Nailed it. Yes. So just for that, the dude has to be in the Hall of Fame.
For how many kids his wife's popping out?
This dude could have Eli Manning numbers, and I would put him in the NFL Hall of Fame. Like, first ballot. Also, I think his wife needs to be in the NFL Hall of Fame because that woman has to be a fucking saint.
Just greased up there. Just whoop, right
Okay,
out,
that might be a little disrespectful. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you? But
a lot. You're my brother.
And all of his kids are homeschooled.
Oh, fuck that. I would stay in the NFL then. I would have just stayed there. I'll be a backup, guys. I'm not good enough for backup anymore. All right, I'll go. I'll just be practice team. Okay, I'll be a coach.
Just don't send me back. Nah.
Don't make me go home.
Nah, he retired because he just wanted to be with his kids, man. That's good on him. I respect that decision. And he made enough money, so fuck that. Go home. Go home. All right, here it is.
My number one is touted as the best lineman ever to play the game. He never missed a stat.
I know who you're talking. I know who it is.
A Pro Bowl. He was first team 6 out of 10 of his years he was in the league. The only reason he missed any games ever was because of an injury, and he said, all right, guys, I can't play at the best level that I can anymore. I've done enough. You guys can do this.
He's half the man he used to be.
Joseph Thomas.
Yep.
And I get. You and I agree. I hate the team too, but I love this man.
True. He is a great man.
Never disappointed when he played.
Consummate professional.
The man set the NFL record for most consecutive snaps.
Yeah, suck it, Brett Favre, you piece of shit. Whoa.
Whoa.
Where'd that come from? Who said that?
Whoa.
Who said that? Whoa.
And it's crazy that he had this many offensive snaps because this team was always decided to turn the ball over. But their defense just let them score so they could just get right back on the field. So it's okay. It's okay. So that's why I think first ballot Hall of Fame, touted as one of the best offensive linemen of all time. Yes, number one on my list.
Let's take a second for some applause for Joe Thomas. Shout out to Joe Thomas.
I don't know if you're applauding.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. All right,
my number one, the number one NFL player to have retired in the past 5 years, I guess.
I know who it is.
So before we get there, I want to give you a name that I almost put on my list, but I could not do it. And that's when you're in the same category as OJ, Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders, Terrell Davis, Jamal Lewis, AP, Derrick Henry. I think that you got a good shot at going in the Hall of Fame.
Makes sense.
So this guy is one of not very many, 8 players to rush for 2,000 yards. Hey, what's up, Indy? Shout out to Indy. I hear you in the background. But Chris CJ2K Johnson did not put him on my list. He might make the Hall of Fame, but did not put him on my list. Now for my real number one. You said you think you know what my number one is.
Yeah, the way you were hinting about it earlier, I think you put Tom Brady on there.
I did not.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad you didn't. We agreed upon that.
Kind of. Your reasoning and my reasoning are different. Tom Brady cannot go on my list.
What? Okay, wait. So explain that then. Why can he not go on your list?
Because Tom Brady's not done playing. I'm not trolling. I fully believe he is going to play this season for the Raiders.
The Miami Dolphins.
No, for the Raiders. He can't play for the No, you can't have an investigation, be found guilty, get in trouble for tampering or whatever the hell it was, and then go back and play for that team. He's going to play for the Raiders this year.
You really think so?
I do. 100% do. As a matter of fact, I made a bet in Vegas when I was in Vegas that he's going to win MVP. I laughed, but
what were the odds on that? Do you remember?
Yeah, there were 7,500.
That's a good bet. What'd you put, $20 down?
I did, yeah, $20. So We'll see.
All right. You know what? If that happens, I applaud you. I 100% applaud you. And I think he deserves it at that point. Because, actually, I hope he wins it now, just because I want to see you win that.
That would be nice. Take a special trip out to Vegas just to cash that.
100%. I agree with that.
Road trip. You want a road trip with me?
We can take the truck, and we can sleep in the truck then.
Fucking A. It's a date.
All right. So who's your number one?
Number one. Tom Brady owes this man at least 2 Super Bowls. One of the greatest NFL players of all time. Have you figured it out yet?
I feel like you're going to say fucking Rob Gronkowski again.
No, that would have been hilarious.
Because he retired 17 fucking times.
Adam Vinatieri.
There it is.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if someone can look me dead ass in the eyes and fucking tell me that Tom Brady doesn't owe at least 1 Super Bowl to Adam Vinatieri, they can go get eagled. So,
well, yeah. What there was it in the playoffs that like it was fucking shitting down snow and Vinatieri just walks out and just
doink,
kicks
game
it
winner.
Like it's nothing.
In the Super Bowl, he did that also. That wasn't in the snow, but he kicked a game winner. He kicked a game winner in the Super Bowl for Tom Brady. That was early in Tom Brady's career.
Yeah, was that his second Super Bowl that Tom had gone to?
I think if we could look this up, it might be true. We're coming to the end of the episode, but Tom Brady might have a Super Bowl ring without throwing a touchdown pass in the playoffs.
All right. Hold on. I'm looking it up now. I'm almost there.
That might be a fact, or it might just be something that I'm making up. Both of them are plausible.
All right, here we go. Tom Brady career playoff stats.
Super Bowl. Yeah, just go straight to Super Bowls.
Oh, specifically Super Bowl?
Well, like, what? Oh, are you doing it by season?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. That wasn't the year that they made it. I wish this actually said what years
2001?
Was 2004 a year they won?
I don't know. 2001, Tom Brady. Wait, I thought you had the stats pulled up. Are you lying to me?
I was looking at playoff stats because I thought that's what we were going off of.
That is what I'm talking about, though.
And I think it's 2004. Yes, 2004. 2004, Tom Brady, his stats for the playoffs. 3 games played, he was 67.9% accuracy. That he had 0 interceptions in that year.
Yeah. Huh. Well. I must have made it up.
Yeah, I think you did, because I'm not seeing anything like that. I'm looking up specific stats now for Super Bowl. Tom Brady career in Super Bowl.
No. I don't think it's a Super Bowl.
The only time yes. 2019 against the Rams. When they won that Super Bowl against the Rams, he did not throw a touchdown because that game ended like 9-3. I remember that Super Bowl. So yes, you were correct. That's crazy. Yes. Nice. Okay. But that wasn't anything with Vinatieri, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for playing. That was the big reveal. Yay. And look forward to more top 10s. If anybody has any ideas, shoot them my way. We'll record them and we'll give you a shout out for giving me the idea. Look at me outsourcing all my creative content.
Nice. Proud of you, buddy.
Merca.
All right, man. Well, it's been fun. It's been real.
So I do want to give a shout out to everybody who has been supporting this past year. To all of my co-hosts, all of my regulars, all the people that aren't regulars, stay tuned for more of them, and maybe I'll get more people involved moving into the future. We have a clear direction now on top 10 lists. I'm going to rebrand. Maybe I'll make some new shit, but I definitely need some new sayings. So
I still need a magnet.
It's still in my car.
Yep.
I have a bunch of them at work.
Maybe you should just mail one to me.
Dude, mail it? What am I, 400 years old? I'm not using the mail. God.
All right, that's fair. That's a good point.
I can email you a picture of it.
That would definitely not help me at all.
Anyway, thanks to everybody for supporting. It really means a lot to me. I want to give a special shout out to my wife. She has been a major supporter in my endeavor, and it means a lot to me to have somebody in my corner that believes in me and is willing to sacrifice what she's sacrificed for me to do this ridiculous shit of just recording my thoughts and disseminating them out into the world. So thanks, babe. To everybody supporting, please continue to support. And to everybody who is going to support, I know you can't hear this right now, but I appreciate your future support. And remember, everybody, tell your family, or tell your friends and tell your family. And I don't give a shit if you tell your enemies, as long as the word gets out there. Peace!